Welcome one and all, this is Rishali and you are watching Power Electronics and Applications series. In last 2 units we have studied rectifiers, that is AC to DC converters, and inverters, that is DC to AC converters. So in this session or in this unit we are going to study choppers, that is nothing but DC to DC converters. So we will discuss DC-DC conversion techniques, then what is chopper, its applications, classification, and the control strategies. One of them is time ratio control and current limit control. So as we have studied, the power converter topologies are of 4 types: AC to DC converter, that is known as a rectifier, DC to AC converter, which is nothing but inverter, DC to DC, that is a chopper, and AC to AC, that is a cycloconverter. So in this video or in this unit we are going to study these choppers. So what is basically chopper? The fixed DC voltage is converted to a variable DC output is the function of chopper. So in this, by controlling and changing the voltage magnitude, the fixed DC is converted to the variable DC. Now there are DC to DC conversion techniques. So in many applications, conversion of the DC source voltage to different level is required, such as subway cars, trolley buses, or battery operated vehicles. They require power from a fixed voltage DC source, whereas their speed control requires conversion of a fixed voltage DC source to a variable voltage DC source for the armature of DC motor. So basically there are 3 types of DC to DC conversion techniques. The first one is line commutated converters, in which AC supply to a variable DC supply using controlled rectifiers are used. The second one is AC link chopper, where the inverter and rectifier combination is used. And the third one is DC chopper, which is DC to DC power converters. So talking about the AC link chopper, that is an inverter rectifier combination, this is a block diagram for that. So in this, first DC voltage or the input DC is converted to the AC by using the inverter block. Then the obtained AC is stepped down or stepped up using transformer. Then it is rectified back to DC by using the rectifier. DC to DC conversion happens in 2 stages. First, using inverter DC to AC, and then rectifier AC to DC. So due to these 2 stages of conversion, this AC link chopper technique is costlier and bulky, which is less efficient also. So we move towards the DC chopper technique, that is DC to DC conversion. So a DC chopper is a static device, or here you can see it is a switch used to obtain a variable DC voltage from a source of a constant DC voltage. So these choppers are used to refer a numerous type of electronic switching devices and circuits used in a power control and signal applications. DC to DC converter uses a variable DC voltage that is obtained from a constant DC voltage source. So it is an electronic switch that is used to interrupt one signal under the control of another signal. So talking about the features of these choppers, AC link chopper, these DC choppers are having a faster response, require lower maintenance, these are of smaller size, it has a smooth control and greater efficiency. Now we will see applications of these DC to DC chopper. So these DC choppers can be used in a variable frequency drives. It can be used in a speed controllers of a DC motors, driving brushless DC torque motors or stepper motors in actuators also these choppers are used. Then the battery operated electrical cars, railway traction, as well as switched mode power supplies also uses these chopper circuits. Also a DC voltage boosting circuits uses the choppers. So these are about the application. Now we will see the classification of choppers. Classification can be done on the basis of input-output voltage levels or the direction of output voltage and current it can be categorized by circuit operation or the commutation methods. So this is the broad classification of choppers. According to the input-output voltage level, choppers can be classified as step-down or step-up chopper. According to the direction of output voltage and current, they can be classified as class A, B, C, D, E like this. Then according to the circuit operation, the choppers can be categorized as a first quadrant, two quadrant or four quadrant choppers. And according to commutation methods, it can be classified as voltage commutated or current commutated or load commutated or impulse commutated. So what is this input output voltage level category? So it can be further classified as a step down or step up chopper. Step down chopper is nothing but when the output voltage is greater than input voltage, and the step up choppers are when the output voltage is greater than input voltage. So this name only suggests that step down, so input voltage will be more and the load side voltage will be down, so less. And step up means the input voltage will be less and step up, so the load side voltage will be more. Then the another category is direction of output voltage and current. On that basis there are 5 types: class A, first quadrant; class B, second quadrant; class C, these are 2 quadrants, here you can see, and class D, again 2 quadrants, and class E, which is a 4 quadrant. So these are 5 types according to the direction of output voltage and output current. We are going to study these in detail in our next videos. Now according to the circuit operation, choppers can be categorized as first quadrant, that is a class A type, in which output voltage and output current must be positive. Two quadrant choppers are nothing but class C, in which output voltage should be positive and output current can be positive as well as negative. In class D, the output current should be positive but output voltage can be positive as well as negative. And the last, that is a 4 quadrant, class E, in which output voltage and output current can be positive as well as negative. Now we will see control strategies. The average value of output voltage E0 can be controlled by a periodic opening and closing of the switches. So the 2 types of control strategies for operating the switches are employed in the DC choppers. The first one is TRC, that is a time ratio control, and the second is current limit control, that is a CLC. Now we will discuss these 2 control strategies in detail. So the first one is time ratio control, that is a TRC. So in the time ratio control, the value of T on by T is varied. This is effected in 2 ways. The first one is constant frequency system, which is also known as pulse width modulation control. In this, T on is varied whereas the chopping frequency F kept constant. And the second is variable frequency system, in which the chopping frequency F is varied and the T on or T off is kept constant. So this variable frequency system is also known as frequency modulation control. So the first one, constant frequency system, here the T on is varied, so it is known as pulse width modulation control. So the chopping period T is kept constant. Here you can see this chopping period T is kept constant everywhere in this first diagram as well as second diagram. The T is having the same length, but the duration of pulses, that is a T on, is different. So for the first figure, that is a figure A, T on is 1/4 of this total period T, so that the duty cycle alpha will be 25%. Whereas in second case, this T on is 3/4 of T. So duty cycle for this alpha is equal to 75%. Hence, the output voltage E0 can be varied by varying the time T on. Now in second case, that is a variable frequency system, which is also known as frequency modulation control, as we are going to keep constant the T on and T off periods, and we will vary the chopping frequency. So here you can see in figure A, the chopping period T is varied. So here the T is this much and here the T is this much. So we have kept the T on, that is the pulses, constant, but the chopping period T has been varied in the first figure. Whereas in the second figure, if you see, chopping period T is varied but the T off is kept constant. So T off is same, but again chopping period T is varied. So the output voltage waveforms are shown for the two different duty cycles, and here we can conclude that by keeping T on and T off constant and varying the chopping period T, or chopping frequency is nothing but the reciprocal of this chopping period T, we can achieve the control of output voltage. Now we will see the advantages of pulse width modulation over the frequency control modulation. So the chopping frequency has to be varied over a wide range of control of output voltage in the frequency modulation. So the filter design for such a wide frequency variation is quite difficult. For the control of duty cycle, frequency variation would be wide. There is a possibility of interference with the signaling and telephone lines in the frequency modulation technique. The large off time in frequency modulation technique may make the load current discontinuous, which is undesirable in case of frequency modulation. Thus, the constant frequency system, that is nothing but the PWM, is preferred scheme for the chopper drives. Now talking about the second technique or second control strategy, that is a CLC, current limit control. So the chopper is switched on and off so that the current in the load is maintained between two limits. When the current exceeds the upper limit, the chopper is switched off. During this off period, the load current freewheels and decreases exponentially. When it reaches a lower limit, the chopper is switched on. The current limit control is possible either with the constant frequency or constant T-on period. This CLC technique is used only when the load has energy storage elements. The reference values are the load current and load voltage. Since the chopper operates between the prescribed current limits, discontinuity cannot occur. The difference between I0 max and I0 min decides the switching frequency. So the ripple in the load current can be reduced if the difference between I0 max and I0 min limits the minimum. This in turn increases chopper frequency, thereby increasing the switching losses. So this is all about introduction to choppers, that is a DC to DC converters. Thank you, stay home, stay safe and happy e-learning.